So, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Not and the Multiverse of Madness.
It's in the Multiverse.
Yeah. I don't really have anything cute to say for like a cold open or anything. It's not for kids. That's for sure.
If it's PG-13, it's for 13-year-olds.
Yeah, and above.
And above. Like, seriously.
Real talk, bro. We can play the music. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. Thank you so much for joining us. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
And today we are talking about Doctor Strange 2, which is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
It has been 5 years since he had his first solo movie.
That's crazy.
Which is insane when you think about it. But we finally got the sequel, strictly starring Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. And yeah, it doesn't really go in the direction you might think it would based on the first movie, how that movie ended. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get right into this. But before we do that, because I always forget this, if you like what you see, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you'll be notified when we post a new video, guys. I mean, ever since we started saying it, we've seen, our numbers grow a little bit, little by little. So, appreciate that. But yeah, as we say, it helps us when we, you're limited in what you can do on YouTube without those.
Without followers, which is crazy.
Which is crazy, so that's why we have to put this plug in. But, Doctor Strange. Alright, I'm going to start this off. And I'm just going to start with what I don't like about this movie, because it's actually not... They're very specific. First off, this movie has I would say an extended scene. I'm not going to get... There are no spoilers in this review, by the way. An extended scene that caters to fan service that I really didn't like. Kind of like, I know you hated the Joker scene in the Batman. I hated this scene in this movie for reasons. I thought it was literally, it felt like it was shoehorned in for like the wow factor.
Yeah. And
not given a second thought.
Yeah.
And it lasted quite a while. That's why I'm actually talking about it.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. So I didn't really like that. I did like who the antagonist in this movie was. The motivation was a little weird for me. Like me personally, I was like, this is kind of stupid, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I always was like, you can, what I say? I say, well, maybe you can watch this without watching some of the Disney Plus shows, like a plug for a Disney Plus show.
That's true.
If you did it, it would be even more like, why?
Yeah, I get that. So I guess this is fun. I was gonna put it as a like that. I like that it stands alone, but I guess a small dislike is. Kevin Feige was right. If you watch the Disney Plus shows, you're going to be plugged in a little bit more. Yeah. There's a throwaway line in here about... I mean, you've seen the trailers. Wanda's in the trailer. There's a throwaway line in here about something that happens in WandaVision. So if... And if you watch WandaVision, you would understand a lot of the scenes you see with Wanda more. And I guess I don't like that you had to have paid for... It's the whole thing I hate about Disney Plus. You have to pay for this subscription service in order to watch a movie in theaters. But no way. I mean, you can still watch it without watching that, and I think
enjoy the movie thoroughly. Yeah.
So thank you for saying that. So then the other thing I didn't like was just I loved Sam Raimi as the director for this movie. The guy who actually he brought us the first blockbuster superhero of this millennium with Spider-Man. But the visuals in this movie, I thought the visuals in the first one were better. I'll say that. I think
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. There was not even, and I'm speaking even just like the way like scenes like transition to stuff. It looked cooler in the first one, but even just the CG in this one, it doesn't look as good as in the first one.
I think that was the whole point of the first one, to be super trippy.
I think it was nominated for an Academy for its visual effects. So the visual effects in this one weren't that great. But I'm done talking about what I hated. What I did like about this movie, so the plot. again, I'm not giving away spoilers. So the trailer did a great job of getting you excited for this movie without telling you anything that this movie's about. I really liked that it subverted my expectations, and in a very good way, because I was like, oh, okay, I'm into this. I liked that. So the movie, Doctor Strange comes in contact with this girl named America Chavez. For those in the know, she is Miss America of the Young Avengers in the comic books. And she has the power to go across the multiverse. And she is being chased by this demon, this thing, and she comes to Doctor Strange for help, and Doctor Strange is like, all right, fine, I help you. So then they go across their multiverse adventure. That's as far as I'm going to go with plot details.
Yeah.
I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I think he's really good. I liked America Chavez. I like their dynamic. Wong, came in. Hey, that's Wong. My man right there.
You can't go wrong with Wong.
Yeah, that's my man right there. And I liked.
You got a lot of Wong.
Yeah, and I liked the different. I think we said this in the other movie we liked. Honestly, I think it did it better, but I liked the different versions of Stephen Strange you see. Like every multiverse they go to, there's a different version of him. And again, shout out to another Disney Plus show, the What If version of him shows up in here.
Yep.
I loved, like we gave a PSA about how this wasn't for kids. This movie had a lot of horror elements. This is Marvel's horror movie. Now, it's not a horror movie like Scream or something, or gore fest like Saw.
Yeah, no.
But like, there's one moment I know I jumped. Like, I was like, oh snap, there are a lot of creepy moments. There's a lot of creepy visuals, especially with Wanda when she a spoiler for WandaVision, she is the Scarlet Witch officially now. But there's a lot of creepy visions with Wanda. I
loved it.
Loved it. And yeah, again, the trailers really don't show you just how horrific this movie can get. And man, it is brutal.
There are a lot of those.
There are some.
I was like this.
Yeah. There are some deaths in this movie that can't look like they should have been in Deadpool. Like, it was like, holy crap, you guys. Surprised Disney signed off on this.
It's a line. There's like a line that they're playing like it's a guitar string. That it's.
Yeah, I think this is like you said, this is the first movie. I don't think if you have like a 10-year-old, you want to take them to this movie. Like, they gotta be teenagers and above.
Yeah, it depends on what that 10-year-old is, but I think Nasir's gonna be scared.
Yeah. Like,
really.
Just the horror elements and like how, like, again, it was surprisingly violent. Yeah. Like the way, not even just bloody, like the way people die. Like, this was more of a horror movie than Morbius, man.
That's what we thought Morbius was gonna be.
Yeah. And yeah. So yeah, I love the horror. I love the acting. In Sam Raimi, like the direction, I liked like it brought me back to the days of like his Spider-Man movies, where you see citizens in danger in the city, and all of a sudden their great hope comes in the form of Stephen Strange. Like it was pretty cool.
If I thought I was the only one that kind of caught that, which is really cool because he did it the right way. I was like, oh, this was purposed. Like, this was like something that you say at a round table, and we open the scene
exactly
with Stephen Strange.
Exactly. Like, it was just like that. Yeah,
and it's like the bad person comes, and it's like, oh, cool, yeah.
And he swoops in.
They're all sitting there like, really?
Yeah.
So that's your. Yeah. That's why we're
really
doing
like
this.
Really, bro. Really like that. And so I guess the main thing, the story, that's tricky, because it's like I really loved, like, again, it subverted my expectations. Like, the bad guy in this movie was not expecting the bad guy at all. But like when I think about the the total overall story from where it started to where it began. It kind of feels like not a lot changed. Well, that's not fair. Not a lot changed for Stephen Strange, I should say. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know what? Here it is. It didn't feel like he had that much of an arc It kind of felt like he was going in a straight line through the whole movie from beginning to end. And this
like
story
that,
was kind of happening around him.
And it kind of feels like that with his character, the way that they're doing it in the MCU. It's like, once he got his powers, Doctor Strange has kind of just been there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. He didn't have to, I mean...
And this is not me saying anything bad about MCU Doctor Strange. It's just like, he's here. Like, we know that we have a Doctor Strange.
So, and in full spoiler alert, he... In the comic books, I do not like this character. Like, I never liked him at all. From growing up as a kid, reading and watching him, I never liked him. But I mean, I like the MCU version of him. Like I like almost all their characters. But yeah, so I think that's it. The story, I would say, most of it worked for me. Some of it didn't work. The fan service really didn't work. But other than that, man, I mean, it's your Marvel movie. Oh wait, one other thing, I really like that. While I laughed at this movie, I feel like they didn't shoehorn in the comedy like they do in a lot of movies. A lot of Marvel movies, it feels like they're trying purposely to make it a action comedy.
Tell that guy in front of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, what?
Why are you laughing right now?
Laughing?
That's true.
Like, some of y'all. It's like, these are like the highlights of your life.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like a real jackass and an asshole for saying that, but it really seemed like that yesterday really made that, guys.
Yeah, man. He's been waiting for it, man.
Waiting for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He probably likes Doctor Strange comic books.
Maybe, and that was his moment right there. That was his moment because he was definitely very loud.
Yeah.
And often.
It's like, why are you screaming at the top of your lungs laughing?
Yeah.
Well, that's like me. What movie was it? That was so bad that I laughed the entire time.
Moonfall.
Yeah. That was me in Moonfall, but not for that same reason.
Exactly. But yeah. I think that's it, guys. Like I said. Yeah. Story so-so. Yeah. Character's great. And I loved how it subverted my expectations. And the horror elements. So, you can go ahead, bro.
I mean...
Tell us what you thought.
I go, like, we're just doing things backwards today. I'll go with, like, what I didn't like. Like you're saying, the story was so-so. So it's like, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. But then I was just sitting there, and I kind of was just floating within the story. And it was just going. It was so like that, then when it ended, I was like, this is how it ends?
Yeah, he actually said that out loud.
I was like looking around. I was like, hold on, this is it?
Yeah. So I think it's kind of like, there weren't like awesome moments like in Infinity War or Endgame or even Spider-Man where you're like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
You're not really left with anything except you had a good experience on the ride through.
You had a fun time because, to say that, you'll see with my score when I tell you guys I only have all the bads. I just feel like it was what it was. This is a movie. They put it in place. There's these little elements all over it that can go places. It's like little shooting stars that you can kick through the MCU. Cool. And I think we have to remove ourselves from the Infinity Wars and all those because we're like, and the Spider-Mans.
Yeah. Because
if we're going to put everything up there, then we're always going to be disappointed. Mm-hmm. And I was not disappointed. I just was like, meh.
Yeah, and sorry, I do want to say something. I don't know if I made it clear. Yeah. I really do like that this was a Doctor Strange movie and not a movie setting up other movies. Yeah. I really do like that. There are, like you said, there are plot threads that could go to other movies, but they did not, it wasn't like a Morbius or Captain America 1. Where it felt like, or an Iron Man 2, where it felt like these movies were literally placeholders set up to go towards the Avengers. This one, it felt like, they just focused on Doctor Strange and didn't really care about the other characters. So
because we know there's a multiverse. Yeah. So it's like, that's not a surprise. That's not the big, oh my gosh, of this movie. And I kind of like that. Dislike and like at the same time. Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing I'm going to say for dislike. I liked some of this fan service you speak of. I liked it until it ended and it was drawn out a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the fan service ended was disappointing because it was without spoiling it, it was something that could have been huge.
Yeah, could have been huge, and it was vastly underused, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
There are some elements in this movie that weren't supposed to be funny that were hilarious to me because I laugh at everything. But then at the same time, I feel like it was supposed to be funny. There's some moments during horror elements that I'm like, yo, this was terrifying, but now it's hilarious because of what they made a character do. So it's like,
oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. That's
it's just like, oh, that you just changed the whole mood.
Yeah.
I really like America. Yeah, that's see. I wanted to get that.
I laughed every time they say
time they say America.
Is America safe?
Same laugh, but it's like it is funny, and it's like, oh man, that's your name's America.
Yeah. Is America okay? How's America doing?
How's America?
Like
America Chavez, like I'm here for it. I'm here for representation. Y'all know me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see more. I mean, gosh, it's like without spoiling it, the powers look cool on screen. Is that not a bad spoiler?
You saying her powers?
Her powers look cool on screen.
Oh yeah, I mean I think I already said like she can jump through multiverses. That's a small spoiler. I apologize, but yeah.
But I mean, the way the character, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
the way, yeah.
Her powers when she's using them, they do look really cool. The way she uses them. Yeah.
It's very comic booky.
Yeah, it really is.
And that's I think we're missing that. We missed a little bit of that recently with a lot of the MCU. Bring it back. And I was talking about this the other day. Well, actually today, like I said, some of the writing and like writing for comics is getting lost within these big movies.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting that comic bookishness. But besides that, I felt like this was very comic-y. And I like that a lot. Not Venom 2 90s comic movie.
Yeah.
This was cool. Acting, it's a Marvel film. There's not much bad act except for some of the bigger stars that shouldn't be in Marvel films. I feel like.
Yeah. Rachel McAdams, who's like Christine.
Yeah.
She. I mean, she was fine.
Yeah.
I just felt like she was kind of just there.
Too much over her for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
But then, I'm not a Doctor Strange comic book fan, so I have no idea if this meant something more than what it was. It's a lot. If that's a spoiler, it's a lot of her. Yeah, I mean, and then the bad guys' motivation does get a little stale, but visually, it does not.
Yeah.
Visually, the chase. It's a chase movie.
Yeah, that's really it is.
They're
chasing America. They're chasing America and Doctor Strange through the multiverse the whole movie.
And that's was
pretty cool.
Amazing
it looks
aspect.
Yeah. But yeah, again, that's like you said. I think we agree with that. The motivation it didn't really connect with me at all.
And I don't think it's going to even. Yeah, but. Yeah, I feel like we're dragging this one on. It's not, guys and gals, it's a good movie. I suggest you see it. I personally want to go see it again. I really liked it in that aspect, but for this whole build-up that everybody wants, and that's your spoiler from us, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything else after that.
Out of this movie.
No.
I mean, you have your after-credit scene, which looks like you're setting up something. And there's a new character. I think it's a new character.
And
but yeah,
this character, this person is making money because this person's in everything.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Every franchise.
Yeah.
But you're not getting. I mean, it's kind of like with WandaVision. Everyone thought the X-Men were coming. You're not getting that.
No. Because they tried to. You have to make sense.
Yeah.
You have to make sense of mutants.
Yeah.
MCU make it make sense.
They'll find a way. Maybe Wanda will do something. Who knows?
That's what I thought. Well, you know, Can we end it and
Yeah.
talk about spoilers?
Oh, okay. If you want to do that,
Yeah, just put some spoilers at that. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Well, let's give us. We'll give you our score real quick.
Yeah. I'll give you. We got it.
Yeah. So my it's funny. I thought either I would love this movie or hate it, and there'd be no in between, and I was wrong. Like you said, I probably would watch this one more time in theaters. I would not buy this on Blu-ray. Get a physical copy of this movie.
You won't need it.
I won't. I'd be happy watching it when it comes on TNT or something.
Yeah.
I will give this movie a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, and I'm going with a 4. I'm going with a 4. I am very close to a 3.5, but we're not going to sit up here and do fractions. It's a 4. It's not Spider-Man, and I said this before. It's not Spider-Man. It's not Endgame. But it's cool. It's fun, and I think it.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah,
4, 3.5. What's that? 3.75. Small Couch Review score. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We are about to talk spoilers now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, please cut off the video. If you do want to hear spoilers, thank you for watching and continuing with us. And yeah, that was your warning. Hopefully I've talked long enough that people who don't want to see anything have
shuffling, trying to push the space bar.
Yeah, have kept the video off. Alright, so let's get into Jovi, why don't you start us off, bro? Let's get into spoilers here.
Let's talk about Professor X. Professor X pulls up, y'all. Everybody knows he's going to be in the movie. Mm-hmm. But y'all don't know what he pulls up in.
He pulls up. They play the X-Men theme song. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Pulls up in his yellow wheelchair.
Yeah, man.
And from a detail perspective and a detail guy, I don't know who built it, but that joint had so much orange peel in it. The paint looked so bad. And they did a close-up shot of his hand in the wheelchair. So I'm staring at... He's talking. The whole theater's going crazy. And I'm looking at this wheelchair like, yo, this does look dumb as shit. in real life, it looks dumb. The fact that he can't walk is dumb. But everything he did was hilarious to me.
Good old Patty Stewart.
Yeah. He's amazing, of course. But when he gets into Wanda's mind, and all 4 of us are like,
oh yeah,
this is
about to be a showdown, man. X versus Wanda. We've seen this before in the comics.
What happens? What happens? What happens? You go ahead. You finish this.
Okay. So
this is probably my most disappointing moment.
Okay, so he's walking. While he's walking and Jovan is laughing.
Because I made his voice and the whole theater laugh. I was like, I can walk in your mind.
Right. And he finds the real Wanda because the Scarlet Witch persona has taken over her mind and is evil. She is the villain. She is the
villain, guys.
The Scarlet Witch. So Professor X finds Wanda and it's like, oh, okay, Scarlet Witch has taken over your mind. Let me help you. And maybe 4 or 5 seconds later, Scarlet Witch shows up and snaps his neck. And that's the end of Professor X. That's the end of Professor X in the MCU. His neck gets snapped.
And it looks so visually pleasing. Mm-hmm. This red, pinkish smoke is coming through.
Yeah, it sneaks up behind him that he doesn't see.
This white room, like good old Professor X, live action, in somebody's mind. And he gets his neck fucking snapped. It was like you're like, it shouldn't have been fan service. We shouldn't even got it. It didn't make any sense.
Movie, yeah.
And then for me, it's like, you gave this to us and you killed him off like that. So you're showing people that know nothing about the X-Men, know nothing about Professor X, know nothing about Captain Marvel, know nothing about Fantastic Four. No, they're gonna think that all these characters know nothing. Are weak. Know nothing about was it Captain Britt?
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter.
And Black Bolt.
And Black Bolt. Black Bolt died way too.
So here, yeah. So Jovi's. So The fan service thing was the Illuminati, which was, I guess, was
and it was some choices.
There was a trailer that said the Illuminati.
Hey, where's the Illuminati?
So they show up. You got Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Captain Carter. You got Baron Mordo, Professor X, and then they say the smartest man in the multiverse, Reed Richards, and he pops in, played by John
Krasinski?
No,
Krasinski?
Yes.
Hey.
A Quiet Place. Jim from The Office.
Yes.
Who everyone has been fan casting. He shows up as Reed Richards.
Exciting. Yeah. It was exciting.
And if they had left it there, I'd have been like, all right, good. Cool. Let's go. But you know what they do? They spend a long time talking about how they're so amazing, they're so great. They killed Thanos, not the Avengers. They're the ones who are, they have no problem with Scarlet Witch. They're not worried about her at all. She's no threat. She shows up. As soon as they go meet her, Black Bolt, who, if you don't know who Black Bolt is, the king of the Inhumans, he is so powerful, he actually can't talk. Like, he can't talk, and when he goes to sleep, he actually there was a point in his life where he had to sleep by himself because if he snored, he would kill somebody. Like, his voice is so loud that it will literally destroy you.
He kills Doctor Strange.
He leveled a city by whispering. So, all that to say, he's very powerful. And what happens? Wanda sees him, snaps his mouth shut, and kills him.
What mouth?
Yeah.
And this is when the gruesomeness...
Yeah, and like, she blows up like his brain. Like,
this is where it all starts. So, you get this huge fan service moment. You get some of the coolest characters within Marvel.
Exactly.
Like, I think, like, legit.
Uh-huh.
Like, some of the coolest characters. And then you get Wanda, which we all know is powerful, and that's why I called she was going to be the villain in this. We know she's powerful, but come on. It's just like, why? She turns Reed Richards into freaking spaghetti.
Yeah, she turns Reed Richards into, like, spaghetti, which that's the CGI I was talking about. It looked terrible. She turned him into spaghetti, kills him. She crushes Monica Rambeau's Captain Marvel, and then she splits Captain Carter, who's Peggy Carter, Captain America, in half. So what you're telling me now is that Scarlet Witch is stronger than the Avengers, because she has to be. So that means there should have been no Civil War, because she could have taken them all out.
Could have took everybody.
Yeah. And what really makes me mad, like really about this, is you introduce these characters just to kill them, and like he said. Like, Reed Richards is so smart. Like, he's like seriously, bro.
Yeah.
He is such a genius. There's no way he should have gone out like this.
And that's like, they should have a plan. Like,
or Professor X.
Both of them. And then it was kind of like mouthy. Like, he was like a tough guy. Mm-hmm. I didn't like.
Yeah. I didn't like that. Like, you know what? The characters they personified were not the characters I wanted them to be, and that's what disappointed me.
And it was
unnecessary.
And then for me to say all that and be so disappointed, there has to be more of them out there.
Oh, there has to be. They're making a Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, so there's more of them out there.
But like I said,
won't be the smartest.
Yeah, I was about to say, like I said yesterday, the Illuminati picked the smartest of the Reed Richards. Yeah. So the one we're gonna get. Every time I see him, now I'm just gonna be like, well, I mean, you're a dummy. Right?
You're not the smartest.
Yeah, I mean, like it was disappointing.
Yeah.
And again, it ultimately led to nothing. Like if this scene weren't in the movie would have been exactly the same. So I feel like it was literally just shoehorned in there just because. It was dumb.
Yeah.
And they specifically put the word Illuminati in the trailers to draw a bunch of people to the movie so we can make money. And I think that
I was
that's
upset
a
with that.
sleazy move. That's a sleazy move.
It would have been way cooler just to have seen Professor X's bald ass head.
Yeah.
Not heard Illuminati because he technically doesn't say it.
Yeah, no, Baron Mordo says it in the last TV trailer.
Yeah. So, and then it's just like, I think the theater would have went even more crazy than we did.
Yeah.
And that would have been very nice. That would have been enough for me to kind of get. But that I knew was going to happen. That's the biggest major spoiler that any of us can talk about, and I hope people don't ruin it for everybody. Like, give it at least a week.
Yeah.
Even if you're watching this and you don't care about spoilers, that was a moment I was just like, all right, cool. This was really cool, and then it got fucking ruined for me.
Yeah.
And after that, it was pretty damn cool because it turned into a horror film.
Yeah, like I said, Scarlet Witch chasing them the whole movie. That's what was. She was terrifying.
Yeah.
She had this thing where she could like possess other personas in the multiverse.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, she was limping through the thing. Like, her body is broken, but she's still going. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, her motivation in this entire movie was she wanted to go to a universe where she had children. And the reason it's stupid to me... Well, if you watch WandaVision, you would know she created children, fake children, and she lost them. The reason it was dumb to me is because she has to kill America. She has to kill America in order to do this. Yeah. She could have just had America just take her to this universe if she wanted to. But then she's like, no, I need her power because if something doesn't exist... If my boys get sick, then I need to find another cure in the multiverse. It's like, okay, America could take you to that cure too, you know. Like, her motivation, literally the whole movie was her wanting to kill this girl so she could go take over someone else's life and have kids. Was pretty dumb to me. It was really dumb to me. And like, it's like, she's an Avenger, bro. She was a hero, and like I don't know. I thought it was stupid. Subverted my expectations. I was not expecting it at all. Right. I thought Mordo was going to be the villain in this movie. Oh. And it was Wanda. And the reason she was a villain was dumb. Especially because...
Oh shit, I just realized he's still alive.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't run up the wall.
Yeah. He's still alive. She didn't kill. He's the one Illuminati member she didn't kill.
But he's just down. He's not that...
Yeah. So
that was weird. That was weird. That didn't make any sense.
Why didn't it make sense?
He just ran. Yeah. He just jumped up. It wasn't that high. He kind of...
Yeah, I mean, he probably escaped eventually.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, Mordo was also a member of the Illuminati. He survived.
You're a Sorcerer Supreme and you got stuck in a...
I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I mean, this is just getting drawn out. But that was just a scene in the movie that kind of... If it wasn't there, we still would have been good. Even if the chase scene happened right after they got in there.
Yeah. Like, Wanda chasing them was the fun part of the movie.
Because they could have... Illuminati could have said, we ain't got nothing to do with this. Mm-hmm.
They spent a lot... Like, they spent a lot of time with those Illuminati. Yeah. And for them to talk as big as they did, for them to go out the way they did, it was a waste. But also, I know what I was saying. Wanda... Like, the way the movie ends, she basically is just like, oh, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. And that's how they defeat the villain of the movie. Yeah. It's like, bruh, okay, obviously.
Her other self basically tells her that it's okay. And that's it.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, yeah, I've been wrong this whole time. I'm not a monster, I'm a hero. So, I mean, it's a good thing they didn't put it in the trailer. It was basically what happens when two good guys fight each other, right? You know Batman and Superman are never going to kill each other. Mm-hmm. You know Tony Stark and Iron Man, or Tony Stark and Captain America were never actually going to kill each other. One of them was going to walk away somehow. Mm-hmm. And in this movie, after everything she did, after all the people she killed...
A lot.
It's like, oh, you know what? I'm not a bad person. And then she herself ends everything. And that's the end of the movie. Yep. And that's why I say, like, I think she was it was a fun ride, but at the end of the movie, it's just, I could take it or leave it. So, It is what it is. Joey said this is getting drawn out.
Straight up.
Those are the only thoughts we really had. We really just want to talk about the Illuminati because...
And everything else, like, cause visually, the first one is 10 times better in my opinion. Yeah. This was cool. It's colorful. Yeah. It's nice and colorful. I mean, they've been doing that a lot.
Yeah. That's it, guys. Stick around. Stick to the channel. Hopefully, when Thor comes out, it'll be we'll have a better reaction.
I feel we're gonna have a great time with Thor.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for sticking through our spoiler talk. If you didn't already, I think I said it, but hit that little bell. And yeah, I have no idea how long this was, but thanks again for sticking around. Until next time, we out.
Deuces.